Hi, I'm Yumna, aka Feel Good Foodie. I'm partnering with Pearls Olives, my favorite pantry staple, along with other influential chefs for Dream Olive. It's basically an initiative all about helping you guys navigate this new world that we're in with eating more and cooking more at home. So I've actually been using Pearls Olives for a pretty long time, not really knowing too much about the brand, but just kind of gravitating towards it and liking that buttery and mild flavor of the California ripe olives. But recently I had a chance to learn more about the company and it just made me more fond of it altogether. So what's cool is that it's your typical immigrant story. You know, a person comes over to America with little money, not much to his name, and just starts working really hard, lots of family, passion, hard work, dedication, and 75 years later grows this amazing national company. So I think that's pretty cool, and it's actually, Pearls Olives is one of the few companies that's left that's family owned, that's also national. So I think that's pretty cool, and it just really makes me appreciate Pearls Olives so much more, learning all of that. One thing to note is there's actually a lot of companies that are trying to do California ripe olives, but Pearls is the only one that's 100% grown and harvested in California. And what that does is, like, the fact that it's grown in California and that sunny environment and harvested there, and the whole process happens in California, the outcome of the olive is so much different than anything else that's manufactured elsewhere. And today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a cheese ball. And this is not your ordinary cheese ball. This cheese ball has got Mediterranean flair, like a lot of things I like to do. We're gonna make this cheese ball with some feta cheese, some Pearls Olives, and some parsley and other little fun things in there as well. So let's get started. So here's what you'll need. We're gonna start with 2 packages of cream cheese. They should be softened. I've been trying to soften these up, but I think I'll just stick them in the microwave for 15 seconds right before we start. I'm also using half a cup of feta cheese, just has already been crumbled. You can use a block of feta cheese and just smush it if you want to. I'm also using some fresh herbs like parsley and chives, some roasted bell pepper. I'm not gonna pick this up because it's slimy, but I will chop this up and use it in the cheese ball. And for herbs and spices, we're just gonna be using some garlic powder and onion powder as well in there. Feel free to switch these out. And the star ingredient, you guys, is going to be Pearls Olives. I'm going to be using the sliced version just because it's going to stick better to the outside of the cheese ball, and it's just going to give it a really pretty look. So let's get cooking. Actually, let's get mixing. Nothing is going to be cooked today. We're just going to be mixing some things together. So we'll start by opening up the cream cheese and softening it. All right, our cream cheese has been softened. We're going to go ahead and add half a cup of feta cheese on top. We'll add half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and we're also going to incorporate some chives in here just to give it that little bit of extra oniony flavor. So we're going to go ahead and chop those up, and we'll add those chives right to the bowl with the cream cheese. And I also recommend just seasoning it with some black pepper if you wanted to. You can add as much as you want. Now you can use an electric mixer to mix all this together, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it with my spoon. I think it should be fairly easy since the cream cheese has been softened. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this all together. Get my arm workout for the day. And I'm all about less dishes to wash whenever possible. So just gonna go ahead and do this with my spoon, and it works really well this way. And this is what we're looking for. It just looks like a colored cream cheese. Honestly, the feta cheese just melts right in there. You can barely see even the chives and the spices anymore. So this is exactly what we're looking for. And now is the fun part, also the messy part. We're gonna go ahead and shape this into a ball, hence the cheese ball. So the cool thing about this recipe is that you can actually double, triple, quadruple if you wanted to, if you have a big family. Or what I recommend too, because a lot of us will be gathering in smaller numbers this year, is you can actually half the recipe or make this whole recipe and just kind of have smaller little servings. So make it into 4 cheese balls instead of 1 large cheese ball. It's pretty versatile and easy to customize. All right, so we're gonna take all of this and transfer it to the plastic wrap. Plop it all down. And it does help to grease your hands if you're gonna use your hands to shape it. You can also just use a spatula, but I think it's so much easier to shape it with your hands. So I'm gonna get some olive oil. Plus it's super hydrating. All right, so I rub this all over, and now I'm just going to use my hands to shape all this cheese into a nice bowl. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just go at it. Like, just start patting it, shaping it. This is super fun for kids. My kids are in school right now, but I am totally making this again next week with them and just having them shape their own little cheese balls. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of when it comes down to serving it. You're just gonna put some crackers all around it so you can hide all those imperfections. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands and then wrap this up and show you guys what it looks like. All right, so we've got a nice shape over here, and we're just gonna take the saran wrap and just kind of tuck at it. And this is also another great way to shape it as well with the saran wrap. So just kind of fold in the edges, and we are going to put this in the fridge for at least an hour, but I do recommend up to 2 to 3 hours because that cream cheese is just going to get nice and firm and cold, and it's just gonna hold well together when you present this. So this is kind of what we're looking at. You can continue to shape it, and you put it in the saran wrap like this. Tie it up. So we've got a nice cheese ball that's gonna be ready for us in 2 hours. So I'm just gonna put it like this and place this in the fridge. And you're probably wondering, what about the olives? So the cool thing about these olives is that they're super versatile, so they can actually make any snack, any meal, any situation involving food even better. So you can put the olives inside of the cheese ball, which adds like a nice flavor and saltiness to it, or you can actually just put them on the outside. I'm using them today on the outside as more of a decorative element, and that way it's just more of a visual too, like, hey, there's olives in this, and I just think it's just a fun way to do it. So in addition to the olives, we're also gonna put parsley and roasted red peppers on the outside. So this is really fun for the holidays. That's what I like about it. It just gives it a nice visual for the holidays with the reds and the greens, and then the olives as well. And I recommend keeping the parsley nice and fine so that they just kind of seamlessly integrate into the outside without having any big chunks of parsley. So I'm gonna take all this parsley and drop it to a bowl. We're also gonna add 3 ounces of the Pearls olives that have already been sliced. So I'll put that on here. And finally, we're gonna chop up the roasted red pepper. I buy these in a jar, and I just go ahead and slice them up, and I'm just gonna slide them right into the bowl. Look at all the fun colors, you guys. So we're just gonna give this a mix, and then what's gonna happen is we're gonna take the cheese ball and roll it around in this. As soon as it's nice and set, we're gonna roll it around in this, and it's just gonna have a beautiful visual, and we're gonna go ahead and present it with some crackers. All right, it's been a couple hours, and the cheese ball is nice and firm, as you can see. So now we're ready to roll it around in the olives, the peppers, and the parsley that we prepared earlier. Because it's firm, it's actually a really good time to shape it a little bit better if you wanted to at this point. And then we'll unravel it. And now we can just take it and roll it around in the bowl of olives. And what I like to do is just kind of give it a pass at first, and then just use my hands and just fill in the gaps, because it's not going to be perfect like it would if you were using nuts, for example, that were finer, but this does a really good job as is. So we're just going to do that, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like once everything is in there. So I ended up using my hands just to press in the olives, and it looks pretty cool. Now we're just adding some pita bite crackers all around to serve it with the cheese ball. Time for a taste test. So good. It is creamy, it is salty, it is tangy. It's got a nice little crunch to it from the olives and the peppers. And it's seriously so festive and beautiful, so fun for the holidays. And I hope you guys make it, and I hope you love it. We want you to dream with us. Share your olive recipe or idea by posting a photo, video, and use the hashtags DreamOlive, hashtag FeedFeed, and hashtag contest. Make sure you're following Pearls Olives and the feed to enter to win the contest. The grand prize winner will win $5,000, and we have amazing Le Creuset second and third prize winners as well. And for every hashtag DreamOlive idea we get, we'll donate 1 meal to Feeding America. Thank you guys so much for participating in this. Look forward to seeing all the entries. Thank you.